Okay, I bought some of this sculpture block stuff. I've never used it before, so this is kind of an experiment. Basically what I'm going to do is the base for the Chieftain. I've been watching some videos online how to use this sort of stuff. So basically I'm just going to be experimenting. But first of all, see if I can zoom out a bit. I'm going to sort of cut this down to size. This is the bit of wood it's going to go on. So I'm going to cut that down to, it's the right size. I'm just going to sort of like cut the edges off, maybe have a little bit at the front so I can have a plaque and so on. I'll work out which is the front, which is the back. Yeah, so basically I'll just be drawing a rough outline with a pencil and cutting it out basically. So now what I want to do is shape out where I want the tracks to go, or where I want the tank to sit, because obviously I want it to be sunken into the mud a bit. Doesn't have to be exact, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the turret off because it'd be easier to move the tank around. We could probably remove the base now as well, because we know roughly. Oh, actually, I still want to. Then I'm going to mark it. So also what I want to do is I want to do a tank track going across right through the middle, because this Chieftain, the MENG Chieftain tank, has workable suspension, so I want to show that off. So I'm going to try, as I say, this is all just experimental at the moment. So basically I want to try and have a bit of a bulge here, a very large bulge here, because I might put a screw in it, and large bulges here. A large bulge here and a large bulge here, so like it's splat basically. Oh. Right, so this is progress so far. Probably would have been easier to use clay, but I'm kind of liking this stuff. So basically what I'm doing is just cutting out where, and don't worry, this looks a bit flat at the moment, these bits, but I am going to be sort of gouging out stuff and generally making it a bit rough looking. Plus this whole thing's going to be covered in mud anyway, so this is basically just the base. So kind of going to have to make sort of like things look a little bit bigger than the tracks, but I have been using my tracking tool, sort of just rub over. Basically, but anyway, now this one, because I want it to bulge, I want to kind of Okay, now I'm using some rocks from the garden. Kind of just gonna push down, making all that texture rough. Okay, now I'm just adding this resin traffic cone, which was from Aqua Armour a long time ago. So basically what I'm going to do is cut out where I want it. I could have cut it down, but so there you go. I will prime that and paint that separately. I think I've got some bright orange paint. Okay. Okay, so I sprayed it black with black primer paint, and then I sprayed it dark earth, which is still just a little undercoat. And then I was experimenting with some of this stuff, this, I don't know if you can see that, smart mud. Just experimenting this bit. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the static grass on, and then coat it with some of, coat it with some of this mud, put the static grass on the areas where the static grass is, and then do the smart mud and try and get rid of some of these straight lines a bit by bulging it over onto the grass and so on. But I'm quite pleased with this this smart mud. It looks pretty cool. So I'll be doing all the track systems with the smart mud, and then the static grass with the other mud. If that makes sense. I've ordered the colours to do the comb because I didn't have the right colour, so I'm just waiting to do the comb. Okay, just an update. Okay, so now I'm going to add the comb that I've painted. Basically what I'm going to be doing to stick this in place is using the AK Interactive mud, because I basically want to squelch all round basically. So I'm going to use a bit of water. So there you have it, one abandoned traffic cone. Okay, now I'm going to start adding the grass features, the static grass and so on. Let's start with these wonderful things that I bought. I got a while ago from they're like pre-made grass bits with like flowers in them. I quite like these. I don't want to use too many on this scene because they will have their own. I've got another diorama in mind that I want to put some of these features on. Now these smaller ones with odd little flowery bits on. And these ones, which are slightly dark and slightly, just a little bit different. And these ones, which are long bits of grass. And you might be wondering why, you probably can't say it, but there's a cocktail stick and a bit of a plastic straw sticking out there. Well, that's where the screw's going to be going down, but I need to camouflage the screw if you're looking underneath. So basically what I'm going to do, using the AK Interactive Dark Earth, dollop some of that on there. And then using an old paintbrush with some water. First of all, I want to try and get that so it's sticking down. Basically, this is just water with a little bit of PVA glue mixed in with it. And then using my own mixture of static grass and long grass and so on in my static grass applicator, I suppose, basically. And then I will go over it again in a minute. Okay, now I'm going to use some of this longish grass stuff. But of course I don't want it that long, so I'm going to have to cut it down. And then sort of like holding on to it, kind of sort of wedge it in places. Now at the back here, where the tank has already passed, I'm going to try and bend it a little bit. It's quite hard to bend this stuff, but then maybe try and put it in at a bit of an angle, like it's been pushed over basically. So there we have it so far. And of course we've got to add some more mud on that. Okay, now so I'm start adding the mud. Obviously this bit is not going to be seen as much because it's going to be underneath the tank, underneath the Chieftain. just a slight correction. The long grass would be going that way because obviously the tank would be going that way. I did it the opposite way. Just a recorrection, that's all. Not a biggie. As you can see, it's looking pretty muddy. I'll take some pictures before I do any more final bits there. Okay, now I'm going to add some more of the smart mud and where the tracks lay. Okay, so now I'm going to add some dark dry crackled effect. It's basically cracked mud. Okay, now with AK Interactive's fresh mud, I don't know if you can see that. It's like a line panel. It's like a line panel wash. It's basically a wash, basically. Just going to put little dabs in the cracks. Really make those tracks in the mud pop out, basically. Then using this Valento's thick mud, this is black mud, just going to put a dollop in there. Maybe two. Just allow that to dry a bit. Now I'm using some water effect. Just going to put drips of water in here. Water texture. Right, somehow I lost the audio for the next bit, but anyway, I scarred the base with a knife, and then using Mod Podge, I put a load of Mod Podge on the bottom of the base I created to glue it to the wooden base, if that makes any sense. Like so. Cleaning up the edges, and then using some of that smart earth again, and some Mod Podge and some water. I glued. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't glue the tank to the base. I literally just used the smart earth and screwed the Challenger, the Chieftain, to the base. So if I need to remove it in the future, it's not actually stuck to the base. So there you go. Okay, so here we have the finished base for the Chieftain. I'm not quite sure if the Chieftain's finished yet, because I'm thinking about putting a crew in there as all the hatches open and so on. But I don't know if you can see that properly. I will get some other shots. But basically, I think it's come out alright. Didn't quite get the the curve in the track, in the suspension that I wanted, but there is a curve there. There is one there. Just have to really look, and I stupidly put this bunch of flowers here, right where the curve is as well. But you know, it's there for the people that are really looking. But I am rather pleased with the outcome. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever used this style of foam for doing the bases. Normally I'd use clay. Is it easier than clay? Is it less messy? Don't know. I'd say it's about the same. But it's all right if you're going to be using these other products afterwards. Whereas with clay, you can put all the indents and markings from the tank tracks and all that. But in conclusion, yeah, I'd use it again. I probably will use it again because I've bought some. It's lightweight. It's a lot less heavier than clay, which is better for transporting and so on. Because sometimes once you've done all the metal track, or you've got a resin kit, it starts getting really heavy, and then you've got the wooden base, and then you've got a clay base, it starts getting quite heavy, and you've got to take that consideration, you know, when you're moving things around a lot or displaying things on glass cabinets and so on. So yeah, I'll get some pictures from a bit of a lower angle, and yeah.